That was the last one from her? There's other people talking shit or what?
Yep.
Okay, let's see. All right, we got another one from Dan Bro. Here we go. Poor analysis from a use of force instructor, especially from the marshals. I'm just a regular citizen, and I even know this isn't justified. He knows that there is less lethal options before you use your gun. Plus, it wasn't even the officer that was in danger shooting. Easily could have deployed spike strips and threw this situation under control. The officers do more dangerous things in this video, driving on the wrong side of the road. This guy needs to be less biased and more transparent. Woo! Okay, let's break this down, Diane Bro. Let's see here real quick. What less than lethal option would you use there, Dan Bro, in that situation? It's dark outside, vehicles moving. What do you want them to do? What less than lethal option do you expect when the vehicle's already hauling ass toward you, trying to run you over? Explain that to me. Let me give you another little analysis, Ms. Dan Bro, so that you understand. Even you know it wasn't justified. Less than lethal is used only when feasible. Do you understand that? Warnings are given only when feasible, only when time permits, only when the situation allows it to. There are times where you cannot deploy less than lethal. There are times where you cannot say anything and the first action is you pulling the trigger. But you wouldn't understand that. You wouldn't understand that. It's easy to see it after the fact and say that it was excessive. It says, plus, it wasn't even the officer that was in danger shooting. Two things. Number one, you're admitting that there was an officer in danger, right? Just by your statement. And number two, it doesn't need to be the officer. I don't need to be in danger. My life doesn't need to be in danger for me to fucking protect someone else's life. Do you understand that? It's a cop's job to fucking provide safety and security for the community. So if they don't stop the threat, which is what it was, then that person, which I'm sure they didn't know it was a minor at the time, continues to drive recklessly in the streets of El Centro, maybe running your ass over, maybe running my kids over, right? Maybe crashing into my wife's car. We don't know, but you don't think about that. You don't think about that. So no, officers or anyone for that matter is allowed to use force even if the force isn't being used against them. What that means is if I'm a cop, one of my fellow officers is getting his ass handed to or is getting shot at just because he's not shooting at me. So thank you for your analysis, Mr. or Mrs. Dan Bro. Very precise, very on point. This guy needs to be less biased and more transparent. How would you want me to be more transparent? Tell me what information you think I'm not giving you. How would you like me to be more transparent? And what do you think I'm holding back? What do you think I'm hiding? What information do you think that I'm not giving you when you say you want me to be more transparent? It's not me being biased. I called it out. There's other videos where I call it out. There's a lot of officers, there's a lot of fucking rotten apples, a lot of officers, a lot of agents that fuck it up for the rest of the people that are doing it the right way. So it's not biased. It's my analysis, my opinion based on my experiences. That's it. Dan Bro again. The saddest part is that this incident involved a veteran officer who should have demonstrated better judgment. A critical detail that people are overlooking is that when you zoom in on the footage, the tire direction and the angle of the steering wheel show the minor was actually attempting to escape toward the side, not driving directly at the officer. The officer escaped to the side. Instead of using a gun to kill easily, could have put down a spike strip. I smell trouble. ECPD just shot and killed last month. This is no way justified. Well, Dan the Bro, unfortunately, the critical detail that you're talking about that was overlooked according to you in the footage, the officers didn't have the ability to slow it down and zoom in to see where the fucking tires were pointing, okay? I can't even understand how people like you have the audacity to comment stupidities like this. I'm sorry, the cop didn't get the opportunity to slow everything down, go back, zoom in. They're dealing with the situation's evolving rapidly. Interested to know, Dan Bro, what would have been your thoughts if the officers would have got out of the way, if they would have used the spike strip, the suspect would have continued onto the street, right? Because the steering wheel was turned the other way. They weren't trying to run over the officers. They would have continued the other way and would have driven down your street, and your kid's outside playing fucking basketball, shooting some hoops, and they ran his ass over, one of your loved ones. Then what? I wonder if you would have had the same energy, if you would have be thinking the same, or if you would be thinking now, man, they probably should have stopped the threat on the spot. Need to nip it in the butt on the spot. And because he's a veteran officer, I think that's what allowed him to make that decision. I know we're not going to agree. Interested to know what your guys' thoughts are. Let me know, and I'll make sure to comment and try to respond to some of these outrageous comments that we get on social media. But you guys let me know what you think.